Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How are y'all this morning? If it's still morning where you are, welcome. So, how are y'all? We're going to be talking about stop chasing men and attract them instead. Because some of y'all be chasing these dudes and they be running for their lives. So they don't want y'all. Okay. So we're going to talk about it today. Because some of y'all don't even realize that y'all are chasing men until someone tells you. Okay. If you text first, you're chasing a man. Okay. If you're romantically interested in this person and you texting first, unless you're checking on them to see if they're still alive or asking them for money, you should not be texting first, sir, ma'am. All right. So if you're chasing a man, you're doing their job. You're chasing a man, you're a pygmy. Okay. Unless they stole your purse, you shouldn't be chasing no man, period. All right. They're supposed to come and be attracted to you, not you chasing them. Because a lot of y'all be chasing dudes and don't even realize it. This is why all of a sudden sometimes people are like, I need space, or they block you, or they do all sorts of things. Okay. Trying to micromanage a man is also chasing them. Okay. Because some of y'all don't realize this. Micromanaging a man is also chasing him. Trying to make sure they're doing this and doing that is also chasing them. Okay. So you got to leave them alone so that you can be the prize. And when you are out and about, you need to be attracting, not trying to chase, not trying to get, numbers or, you're not trying to talk to them. You can flirt a little bit, make a little eye contact, but they're supposed to make the initial move to walk over to you and introduce themselves. Okay. Some of y'all don't realize it. And some of y'all have been given some really bad advice when men tell you it's okay to approach. It's not okay to approach because we already know what those men want. They want to see how easy and desperate you are. And by approaching, that's what you're gonna look like, easy and desperate. Okay. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. You said she better approach you. Only pick Misha's approach, baby. Only women that got money to spend on men approach. Only women that go 50-50 approach. All right. Okay. You said men that want to be approached are princesses. You think a lot of women get confused with positioning themselves to be approached or in their feminine area? What? I'm reading two questions at once. You said only the pretty women approach men? Okay. I'm gonna let you believe that. Okay. You said, ew, there's a Dusty in here. I know, girl. They in here all the time, girl. This is where they like feel the most comfortable amongst women, not amongst their competitors in real life. All right. He said, why do men talk about women's appearances? Because you look too good for them. And think about this. There are women out there that don't even look that good, that won't even give a Dusty a chance. Like they can't even score the average looking woman no more. They can't even get the below average woman no more because they don't even want no dust. Okay. So whatever else is left, That's the scraps they left with, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say you need to go make some money. That's right. So stop chasing men and attract them instead. The best way to do that is to put effort into how you look. Stop worrying about if you're going to meet somebody and worry about if you are looking good that day. Okay. Because when you're least worried about something, when you're not trying to actually do something on purpose, that's usually when it happens. When you're at your most relaxed, confident, and laid back self. That's exactly what is going to attract someone to you when you're not even really looking for it. Okay. But always look your best. Let me tell y'all something that y'all are doing absolutely wrong. Thank you, Miss Charlotte. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all get up and get dressed in order to accomplish something such as attracting a man. You need to get up and get dressed and be attractive, period. And added bonus, if you're looking attractive to the men or the type of men that you actually want to attract. Okay. So think of it as bait. Think of your looks as bait. What type of bait are you going to use to catch a certain type of fish? Do you need a ratchet fish? Do you want a dusty fish? Do you want a whale? What would you like? Are you even trying to attract anything? This is what you need to think about. Your looks is your bait. Okay. Whether you're attracting someone that day or not, if someone should be passing by and that's the type of guy you actually want and you look attractive to them and they just happen to come over to you, great, added bonus. That's what you were going for. But at the same time, y'all need to remember that sometimes we can't dress for ourselves if we are trying to attract a certain type of person. Dressing for yourself sometimes means being the most comfortable, not caring what other people think. And that's attractive too. But at the same time, if you have some bait, you're more likely to catch the type of, fish that you're trying to catch with the correct bait. Okay. Thank you, Laurie. No, you know what? I've glanced at that book a couple of times and I don't agree with everything. Remember, it's written by a man and men have ulterior motives. Okay. Other than giving you money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So anything, I don't mean to down authors, but anything written by a man telling you how to get this and get that. Remember, the ulterior motive is still there. Okay. And remember, you don't want to look like desperate. You don't want to look like people don't approach you. You don't want to look like you don't have options, So that's why it's best never to approach a man. Okay. Because think about this. Y'all keep forgetting this one thing. As soon as y'all get in a relationship or some type of argument and it comes down to it, what are the words they're going to use against you? You the one that came up to me. That's how they're going to claim their place as the prize in your life when they're sitting over there arguing with you about what's what. Okay. That's why you never approach a man. Because if I were a man and you approached me as a woman, I'm going to look at you like you desperate, you needy, you want something from me, and not even the money, but something else. You know what I'm saying? So your mind is all the way in the gutter if you're approaching me. Okay? Because that's the man's job. Number 2, but I think you're easy. And number 3, what else am I going to think? You approach men all the time. That's also what I'm going to think. So think about that. Just think about it for a second. That's why you don't approach. Okay? No matter what, baby. No matter what. Think about it. It's very cringy. What? Yeah, we're not going to be approaching you attract. A man will cross a room for you if you look like the type of woman that they want. They will cross a room and risk embarrassment and rejection if you what they want, baby. I promise you. That's why you got to look like. That's why you got to look like it. Okay. You said you used the Aunt Ethel method and asked him for money and got it ×3. I know that's right, man. Shout out to Aunt Ethel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said when you approach a man, you give your power away. That's right. Miriam, that's right. You don't approach a man. Period. Period. No, don't do it. How can you attract better if you are still working on yourself? Like everybody's working on themselves every day, baby. Just if you don't start now, you'll never start. Attract better by looking better each day, or look as good as you can. Have the mental focus. Know what you're doing, you know? That's it. Everyone's working on themselves every day. No matter how leveled up they are, they're still trying to get a little bit better. So that's not an excuse. Keep going. A man sent you a long voice message, and when I responded, he ghosted me, girl. He was probably drunk. You're not supposed to respond to them. How to make university men spend on you? Make sure they got some money first. I mean, most guys in college ain't got no money unless they come from money. So I guess find the trust fund babies. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or if you talking about spending on you, do like to the movies or something, or to out to eat? Well, you got to look better than them. That's number one. And they got to have something to spend. That's number two. So look better than them. Show them that you only got lip gloss in your purse, and tell them they better spend. If you going out with them, you ain't finna buy nothing. You ain't finna go 50-50. All right. Because that's you young girls out there, you know. Don't tell them you ain't got no wallet in your purse. You just got lip gloss. Okay. Should I start the conversation with people around him? You mean other women? Hi, Shira. I'm 24. I've been in a relationship. I hate working. I want to be free to do what I want, but also these men out here are so feminine. Anybody get you an old man who's not feminine that likes you 10 times more. Y'all know the formula. Get his money and go live your soft life. Okay. Y'all see all these age gap relationships on Instagram and TikTok, and the girls just living their best life. That's what you need. You need all of that. These youngsters out here, you know, they got too much estrogen, not enough testosterone, and not enough money. Okay, so y'all know what to do. Go get you an older man and live your best life. Okay, what does it look like if you got an old man sending you out to the workforce and he old? It don't look right. So go get you an old man. He'll retire you, and you can do whatever you want. Start your business, lay around all day, raise your kids if you have kids, whatever. Do whatever you want. He's 53 and you're 34. Date this Saturday. What to say, what not to say. Okay, don't tell him your life story. Tell him stuff you're saving up for, stuff that you actually want, places you want to go, fake financial problems that are not your fault that you are saving to pay for. Okay, start with the conversation of, you know, and then like switch the subject every now and then back to him and ask him questions, let him talk. And then, you know, keep talking about, because he's trying to impress you. And don't take false promises as, you know, a way to impress you. It's like, oh, really? That's so sweet of you to want to help. Let me send you my Cash App and my Venmo real quick. You know, because a lot of these guys will tell you they're going to help you or they're going to do something for you. And they're not. But if you're not going to ask for money or insinuate that you want money on the first date, just let him talk about himself, gather information, and don't be an open book and tell a life story. Just make sure you stay mysterious. Don't play 20 questions. Talk about things instead of asking a bunch of questions. You know what I'm saying? And stay away from religion and politics. There you go. If he's political, just nod and say, oh, I don't really have any thoughts on politics, but I love listening to you. You're interesting. Who cares? Okay. That's basically it. Some of these old dudes, all they want to talk about is politics and crap like that. Just like, oh, really? I didn't know that. Tell me more. Wow, I don't really follow politics, but I'm learning. That's all you got to say. All right, just lie. Just get their money. You're there for their money, baby. All right. What? You work at a high-end bar in a rich neighborhood. You look nice, full glam every day. Can I snag a provider, or will they only see me as the help? It just depends. If you say that's not your final stop and that you're saving up to do stuff, like if you put yourself in another position and that's just a temporary stop, they can see you as more. So whenever they're talking to you, whenever and they say, hey, it's like, oh yeah, I'm saving up to do this and I'm saving up to do that. And they'll give you extra tips and they'll see you more as more than a bartender. And they might want to help you get to the next level because that's the way they're going to be able to impress you. Okay. So you always talk about what you're trying to do, that's a temporary stop. Because a lot of times some of these guys have also worked certain types of jobs when they were young, and they can possibly relate. As long as you're trying to move yourself up to the next level, they can probably respect that more and be able to impress you by helping you get there a little faster by doing extra for you, you know? So make up a good lie if that's what you got to do, or maybe don't tell your 100% truth, okay? Never give them the full story. Give them what they need to hear to get what you need to get. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Right. You used to say you're saving up for your car. Good for you. Always be saving up for something. Men love to help you meet them goals, even though you are not trying to do nothing. Just, you know what I'm saying? In fact, find something you already have that's fairly new and say you're saving up for that. And he'll give you some money towards it and you just pop up with it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Okay. He stopped providing what to do. He had invested a lot in me and now he is not providing. Okay, well, if he invested a lot in you, you should have a business by now, man. Where your business at? Did you triple and quadruple the money he was giving you? And where's your other one on the roster? Where's your backup, baby? What do I tell y'all every single day that I'm online? Backup, business. Backup, roster, business. Where are they? You gonna follow only partial what I tell you? You know, you gotta have a backup, you gotta have a business, and you have to have a roster. Because if they stop providing, guess what? You still got a roster, you still got a backup, you still got a business. On to the next and getting more. That's what you do. You need to get another one. Wouldn't younger guys be easier to gain? No. Older men have seen all the game. Older men are more desperate, darling. Older men are more desperate, especially if they're in their midlife crisis and they have more money to spend. Okay, younger guys, they don't have as much money. They're also playing more games than you are. You know what I'm saying? You said they don't have enough money. They don't, baby. You can't get them for their pockets. They can't fund your business. I mean, unless they come from money or they have a lot of money already, they're not really going to be gamed. But they might like you and give you, if they're ugly or if they like you more than you like them, you know, they'll do what they got to do if they're trying to roll around on the mattress with you. But they have more options and they can roll around on the mattress with, you know, many people. So it's easier for an old guy because they already know what they got to do. They already know if they're going to date a young woman, they got to come off that wallet, period. They already know this. It's not a mystery. They already come prepared. Okay. You talking to a crypt keeper that's 60 years old. You're 23, and he said he can take me to dinner, but isn't looking for young beauty to spoil. What should I say? Okay, that's free food, ma'am. You know what to do. File it under your contacts. It's free food when you're hungry. You know, maybe he'll take you out to dinner. Okay, that's free food. Don't want to eat alone, dude. That's what you do. You put him on a roster as free food because that's all he can do for you. And you go get another one that can actually like you enough to do more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You don't even have to go out with them if you don't want to. Just like, okay, well, thank you for letting me know. Maybe you don't want free food. Okay. If he owns a gym, I already pay for my membership. How can I get more out of him? He's 52. I don't know. Ask for personal training. I mean, I don't see him giving you nothing else unless you need some money to pay some rent. But he owns a gym. Is it an expensive gym? Is he making a lot of money? Does he have a lot of clients? Like, how many other women are after him too? You know, you have 4 on the roster saving to move to a better area with money. They send, get a roster. It truly works. Thanks, Shera. Okay, Ace on Trees. I know that's right. Save up, and all the men are sending you money on your roster. You gonna get there quick. Okay, your bank account is gonna grow fast. A roster is when you have more than one guy that you're dating. You're not sleeping with them all, but you're dating more than one. And a lot of them are giving you money to help you with your fake financial problems. A roster is a list of guys that you're dating. You're not just dating one anymore, you're dating some. May the best man win. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. May the best man win. They don't have to know they're on a roster either. They think they're the only one. All right. He said, do I miss working at the morgue? Not really. The human living people got on my nerves. I mean, if I worked by myself or with very little people, that would probably be ideal. Yeah. Them living people got on my nerve. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The people that work there as well got on my nerves. The people that work there got on my nerves. Yeah. Everything else is cool. But you know, them co-workers, they are a hot mess. Yes. Okay, stop chasing men and attract them instead. Okay, so many people ask me this question. What do I wear? What do I wear? Okay. Every place is different. Every city is different. Depending on where you are, you know what classy looks like. You know what demure looks like. You know what type of man you're trying to attract. You know what race of man you're trying to attract. You know what they're attracted to versus what they're not attracted to. Use your common sense, put 1 + 2 together, and put your look together correctly for the type of attention that you are trying to attract. Okay? That's just, you know, that's obvious. Just think about it. Sometimes you just need to stop and think and write stuff down and understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Okay? Nobody needs to tell you exactly what to wear because they could tell you what to wear, but you're not going to pay attention to the very fine, minute details that you're also missing that could mess your whole entire, you know, look up. Okay, so you got to understand what you're doing, who you're trying to attract, and understand what they are attracted to and what they're not attracted to. And then you need to understand that and get in the mirror and fix what you need to fix. And that's it. All right. You got to really think about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You say you will get an STD if you have a roster. Not if you're not sleeping with them. See, men try to sleep with everything moving. Women don't. That's the difference. Unless they're a pick-me-shit and need male validation. Okay? Women who value themselves don't have to sleep with everything moving. That's y'all. That's men. Okay? They can collect from everything moving, but they ain't finna sleep with everything moving like y'all. Okay? Y'all will sleep with some dude in jail just because you had you know, a long time in there. Very different for women. Okay? And see, men confuse women with men. That's why we know they're gay. They don't even know how y'all think. Y'all are some of these men are mentally gay because they think that you want the same things that they do. No. No. We want your money. Ooh. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So yes. And also attracting a man is letting your story slowly unfold, not quickly. Okay. Some of y'all quickly unfold your entire life story, telling all your business, all your tea, and men grow bored of that and they are not attracted to whatever you just spilled out. So you need to remain a mystery. Okay. Learn to answer questions without answering questions. Learn to create, allure instead of boredom when they're in your presence. Looking stunning. Can I use a certain girl? The wrong channel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Pretty goddess. Wrong channel, baby. Stop trying to sneak in channel other stuff on this channel, please. Thank you. We keep it separate for a reason. How to be feminine. How are you? Yes. Thank you. You can ask another question, but respect the channel, baby. Thank you. How to become feminine, but not a pygmisha. Okay. A pygmisha does anything to claim a man, and they'll do anything to keep a man that's not claiming her or trying to do anything to keep her. Okay. She's not the prize in the relationship. And just, you need to be the prize. They got to like you times 10. And you can't do too much. And remember, you got to have a mean streak because men like that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You needed 20K to start a business, asked for 40K. He gave it to me with no hesitation. Currently asking for a bigger apartment. Your advice works. Okay, Miss B, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Wonderful. Girl, she needed 20 and got 40. I know that's right. Level up. Level up, level up. You said you cook with garlic. How do you get the smell out? Girl, I don't know. I'm not cooking that much. Somebody help her. How she get that garlic smell off? All right. Maybe some vinegar or something. I don't know. Okay. Somebody said nail polish remover. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay. Do you owe S? Only if you're an S worker. If he pays for everything, do you owe him S? No, only if you promise that to him and that's your job. And it was an exchange with your agreement. I don't know if that's legal, but only if that's what you are. Most women don't have to do that. They just look pretty, ask for what they want. And men will invest towards you if they see a future with you, or if they want you to stick around longer, they're going to invest. They're investing towards a future. They're trying to impress you with how much they invest in you. Okay. If you can't get a man to invest in you properly and you're just the type of woman he wants to exchange with, he don't like you. Okay. I don't know how many times I got to explain this. If a man wants tit for tat, he don't like you. Y'all have to understand this. If a man says, if I give you this, you're going to give me this, he don't like you at all. At all. He's rushing you in to rush you out. He's giving you what you asking for so he could get it to the next chick who actually is the type of person that he might want to heavily invest into for long term. Okay. So think about this. I know it hurts. I know this hurts. But if a man approaches you and he's talking about what you're going to do for me, or if I do this, you got to do that, he don't like you at all, because he's not trying to impress you. Now he's trying to bargain your price, which means you know exactly what he thinks of you. Okay. So when a man starts to try to talk about that and not investing long term and impressing you and doing the things that you need him to do, he don't like you. He thinks you're one of, he thinks you're, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, money on the nightstand. That's what he thinks you are. So remember that. It's not a flex when someone offers to exchange with you. It's a flex when they give you stuff without you asking. It's a flex when they give you stuff without expecting anything in return. It's a flex when you can get whatever you want without having to roll around on a mattress. That's what we're aiming for. Certain women don't realize this, but men will categorize you based on how you look, how you dress, how you carry yourself, how they met you. They're going to tell you you're an exchanger. You know what I mean? And in a roundabout way. So stop looking like an exchanger and look like someone that they want to invest heavily into. I don't know. It's different in different states. It's different in different cities. Where you're meeting them at also is a problem. Okay. How you looking is also a problem. Stereotyping is also a problem. So you need to come up with sometimes you might need to reinvent yourself to not attract those types of people, because they see you and they automatically assume that that's what you're about because of how you look, how you carry yourself, how you walk, how you talk, how you dress. Okay. They automatically just assume because that's how you carry yourself. So you gotta stop doing it. You gotta reinvent yourself. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What? You met a wealthy man at work and his waitress. We went for dinner and drinks, and it went great yesterday. I told him I need an oil change for my car. I had another guy do it for free, but he gave me $200. Okay, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wonderful. Now ask for more next time, girl. Now you need brakes or something. Not brakes. Now you need tires and brakes. Or maybe you can go the whole Aunt Ethel route and skip the car. Yeah. Car might be too obvious, so try Aunt Ethel next time, girl. Wonderful. Good for you. You said a lot of women these days will hate my talk, but it's true. I'm not here to be liked, baby. I'm not like Pick Misha. I'm not a people pleaser. I'm telling you what it is and do it what you want. That's right. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be heard. You heard it. It's in your subconscious. You understand it. When you see the red flag, you can clock it and identify it and move forward. I came here to reprogram your brainwashed thinking. You think people enjoy being unbrainwashed? No, they don't. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He keep introducing you to his colleagues and friends, and we live in a small town. How do I act around them? With class and dignity? I think that's what most people would do. With class, pride, and dignity, perhaps. Don't be too friendly. Okay. Don't talk too much. Don't drink too much. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Completely transition from 50-50 relationship to 100% free plus some. Okay, 2 years in, I found myself getting soft, giving him a bit of a break, but why he not as generous when it's peaceful, we live together? Okay, because men like a challenge. I keep telling y'all. When everything is at peace, when everything is perfect, they feel like they've done enough and now they can do less. If you keep them having to keep them on their toes, they're going to keep doing what you need them to do. Okay. That's just the sad reality of it, baby. They get too comfortable. They stop doing stuff. All right. So you can't let them get too comfortable. That's it. They cannot be comfortable. If a man is comfortable in life, he's not moving forward. He's not doing the most. He ain't doing too much. Okay. When a man is comfortable, they start talking about mediocrity and 50-50 and all this kind of crap. You don't want him to get comfortable ever. Okay. He ain't supposed to be comfortable until he's dead in the grave. Understand me? A man is not supposed to sit there and be comfortable until he's dead in the grave. Because if he stops moving, then y'all stop doing the most. If he stopped doing what he's supposed to do, then he's not going to do anything. Okay. So you got to keep him challenged. You got to keep him doing stuff. You got to keep him busy. You got to keep him doing projects, whatever you need him to do. Have a list for him and everything. Because if you get comfortable, you're going to end up dusty. You're going to end up dusty if you get too comfortable. Okay. Understand what I'm telling you? Let's think about this. If a man is comfortable, he got the woman he wants. He got everything he wants. He doesn't have to strive for anything more. He don't have no more goals. I got everything I want. I got the woman I want. No, you don't. Because you could lose that woman at any second if you don't get up and get some money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay? They got to have something to work for. Make sure it's you. Don't be automatic, baby. Be problematic. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Society and the world wouldn't even be built if there weren't obstacles and issues to solve. Like ideas and inventions wouldn't even be created if there wasn't nothing to create them to solve. So make sure your man stay challenged, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Also creates an emotional bond between you and him the more he wants to do for you, and the more he strives to please you, the more he aims to do right. So keep him busy. Spring. You can't feel guilty about that, okay? If you need to coddle something, get you an emotional support animal, or have a baby. Either one. But not no grown able-bodied men. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's just how it is. I know it don't sound like that's, men think about this. If men wanted peace, the world would be at peace. Men don't want no peace, girl. Everything is peaceful in the world, right? And here comes somebody doing something stupid, trying to start some stuff with other countries. But the men don't want peace. That's why there ain't never been none. So don't be their peace. Think about it. If men truly wanted peace, the world would be at peace. They don't want it. Every time stuff is peaceful and uneventful, here comes something happening. They don't want it. They're lying. They want you to leave them in peace so they can go do something else. Understand what I'm telling you. You said we want peace at home? Well, then you better be paying 100% for that home and everything in it. Then we'll give you peace because we ain't going to be there. We're going to be shopping. Sprinkle. You want peace? Okay, bye. Peace out. You said cheap peacefully. We'll leave you at peace. We're gonna be out shopping. You could be at peace all you need to be at home. How to make a weak man more masculine. Call him weak. Tell him to get some testosterone. Visit his doctor and ask for some testosterone. Sometimes a weak man don't want to be strong, baby. They just want to be weak, so they don't have to do nothing. Some strong pick-me-shit will come take care of them. Okay. Okay, so when you're out and attracting, this is what you definitely need, ladies. Because, why play fair in an unfair world? I don't know why, because some of y'all just dumb like that. Think everything is supposed to be fair, and it ain't. And I don't know why y'all keep thinking that, because it's not, darling. The last thing in the world that y'all need to play is fair. Okay? That's the last thing y'all need to do. Some of y'all, it's not supposed to be fair. It never was fair. It never was set up to be fair. And y'all keep trying to play like it is. It's not. So, since the world is not fair, and some of y'all have been brainwashed to be pick-me-shits and chase men around, and I'm trying to teach you to attract them, right? I'm going to link this here. It's also in the description bar. Y'all are going to need some pheromones, okay? Y'all going to need some pheromones. Y'all going to need some extra help, because some of y'all need some extra help attracting these guys to give you money. So I suggest you get, use some little help. Get you some pheromones from Ho Cosmetics. Use my code Shera. Save you some money. The best one, there's two that I would highly suggest. Press Him and Liquid Finesse. When you click on the website, get you Press Him. This is the big mama bottle, but they have smaller bottles that you can purchase, like this size, that you definitely put that in your cart. These pheromones will attract men, make them more talkative. Press Him makes them attracted to you as if you're ovulating, which you only ovulate 2 days a week, but you can have this at your fingertips every day. So get you a little extra help, ladies. And when you order off of Ho Cosmetics, use my code Shera to save some money. Sprinkle. All right. How can you create drama? Oh, that can be monetized apart from fake financial obstacle, not dating. Well, make sure he messes up and he has to buy your forgiveness. That's all. Okay. Tell him that things bother you that you know he's going to do no matter what. And every time he does them, collect your money. Okay. They could be minute things, small things. You know, I don't like it when you do A, B, C, and D. Okay. When you talk during the movie, when you cough and not cover your mouth. I don't know, something stupid. Have something to nag about. And you know that he's going to do. I hate it when you leave your socks here. Have something to nag about that you know he's going to do. And then start getting overly upset about it. And then distract yourself with, oh my gosh, these shoes are so cute. Oh my gosh, you know, I have all this stuff in my cart and I haven't paid for it yet. You know, distract him with something he can do for you so that you can quickly forgive him for all the stuff you about to jump on his case about, you know. Suggest an expensive restaurant that you want him to take you to before, in between jumping on his case, and he'll try to distract you by telling you, let's go, you know. So that's how you can monetize it, by acting like you're getting ready to really like dig into him and then giving him an escape route that costs money. Okay. Well, he can save himself. You was having fun with a provider until you got pregnant. Now you have to do DNA tests. He's not texting. Don't know how to treat him. Sprinkle. Well, I don't know how can you court order one? I don't know what to do, man. Sprinkle. I don't know. I've never been in that predicament, baby. But the best thing you can do, I guess, if you lived in Texas, you could file child support, sprinkle. And I think they'll make him take a DNA test. By law, I don't know where you live. Sprinkle. Good luck. Look into the law. See what they can do. Sometimes they'd rather just, you know, communicate versus get summoned in. Sprinkle. Okay. How to be challenged, especially when you guys are together, by never being satisfied 100%. That's how you're always going to be a challenge. It's never enough. You're never satisfied. They can always do more and they can always do better. Okay. Never 100% be happy. Never 100% be satisfied. Always have a way that they can improve. Always have something you want them to do. Always have a list and keep them busy. That's what you got to do. Okay. That's it. You can't just be sitting there and blessed and smiling like that, because they get bored of that. It's not a challenge anymore. And now they want to go seek out someone else that's problematic. So you have to stay problematic. It doesn't have to be major problems. It can be small things. Okay. As long as they're busy with it and focused on it. That's it. That's literally it. But don't overdo it. But do it just enough to keep them challenged. You only be satisfied every fourth or fifth time when they do something. Every other time, have it a suggestion for improvement. Tell them it's not quite right, but they tried. And then maybe the fifth time, whatever it is, it doesn't even have to be the same thing. Just be extra happy about what they did. Because like, they'll be like, oh, I did something right. Yeah, that must means I'm improving. You know, it's kind of like a good dog, you know? And then they'll be eager to keep trying for the reward. So every fifth or fourth time, you act like they did everything spectacular. And you celebrate. Oh my gosh, how did you know? This is perfect. Thank you so much. You listened so well. And then the next time, oh, you didn't do this right. Give them something to strive for, you know? Celebrate every fourth or fifth time, okay? There you go. Can't do it every time because they take you for granted and then they don't appreciate it and okay? It's not your fault, it's their fault for being like that. It's just nature. You cash at me, girl. Uh-oh, I'm so sorry. So look. Sprinkle. I appreciate you. Let me see what y'all talking about over here. I'm gonna do cash app. Okay. You didn't type no question, girl. But thank you. I appreciate it. Beaches Bliss. Thank you, girl. Okay. Okay, you better hurry up and get it in so I can see it. Okay, so yeah, it's very much psychological. Y'all know what y'all gotta do. Stop trying to do everything correctly and right and perfect because that's not what the world is. Never has been, never will be. Okay. You know the nature of men. You know you got to keep them challenged and keep them busy. Period. Or else they'll get into trouble or seek trouble somewhere else. That's just the truth. Okay, let's. I know this is like, uh-huh. Man, these questions are coming a mile a minute. You got to type it out. I can't scroll back all the way. So, yeah, it's kind of like I don't mean like, it's kind of like having a dog. And if you don't give them something to chew on, they're gonna tear up something else. You gotta get them. You gotta get them a chew toy, bone. You gotta keep them busy. Okay. Y'all know them dog food bowls that look like a little maze. And you gotta put their dog food in to keep them entertained and not eating all the food at once and then getting bored. That's a man. Okay. You're between dates. They want to text. What should a woman texting demeanor be? Don't be responsive. Text about things you want to do. So you're giving them date ideas at the same time for the next date. Okay. It's like, oh my gosh, my friend just told me about this really nice restaurant, but it sounds so good. Have you been there? Dot dot dot. Oh my gosh, I just dropped my favorite bottle of perfume. It was so expensive. Oh my gosh, I'm crying right now. Cry emoji. Dot dot dot. That's what talk about stuff you want, stuff they need to be doing for you. Thank you, girl. Y'all want to get some? Yeah, y'all want to get a bunch of money out of them? You tell them it's your favorite bottle of perfume. My favorite bottle. Look how big it is. Got this Tom Ford. You drop this. This is almost $1,500, $1,300. You can get from them unless it's on sale somewhere. Yeah. Make sure you choose an expensive perfume to mention. Oh, Gail, sprinkle, sprinkle. Providers want to work for it, the thrill and the chase. If you give me everything I want too easy, I'll take your money and get it to another woman. Your hair is cuter. Thank you, Gail. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. Men like to work for stuff, so they don't work. Thank you. Men love to work for stuff. If they're not working for it, they working for somebody else. They ain't working for it from you, they working for it from another one. Remember that. So keep them working. One thing I don't understand about men is the ugly ones think that they are the prize. Where do they get the audacity and confidence? Because they're not women. If they make a lot of money and they're ugly and they're confident as a man, they think they're the prize because women like money. Their money is the prize. They are not the prize. They ugly. Okay. The only reason that they're even considered is because they have money. So they need to get it. Do they mind? Their money is the prize. Not them. They just understand. They're just not understanding. They don't know what they're talking about. They're confusing themselves with money. I don't understand. Men are so associated with money that they're confusing themselves with money. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's why they need to have some, so they can confuse themselves even further. All right. So they're not the prize. Their money is the prize, darling. Okay. And you could take that money and flip it and quadruple it and put it in your bank account. Start a business. That's the prize. They're just a stream of income. Now, if you are seen to your man or the man as the prize, they already know you ain't gonna give them no money. You're the prize for a whole different reason. Okay, they like you 10 times more. They're attracted to you. They want you to be their woman, their wife, whatever. They want to invest in you long term. Make sure you're happy, impress you. Da-da-da-da. Yes. But some of these dudes be confusing themselves with money. They actually need to have some before they can do that. Okay. They already know if they was ugly and broke, you wouldn't even be talking to them, and they wouldn't be talking about nothing about no prize. All right. What? Your sugar daddy for 5 years stopped giving you $10K. He said, I have to look for a job. I don't like to work. Just stay pretty and go shopping. Then find another one, girl. Sprinkle. It's time to find another one. He's getting old. All right. Either get in the wheel or get another one. Thank you, Evie. You should have been had two. Go get you another one. Get back up and get back out there and go find his replacement and aim higher this time. How long should I wait until he popped the question? I don't know. Men in their 20s ain't trying to get married. How old is he? And why do y'all always think men are going to pop the question? Sprinkle. Why do y'all always think that's their goal? That's most men. That's not their goal, baby. You want them to pop the question, act like you don't want them to pop the question. Act like you the prize. You got plenty of options. And if you don't pop the question, you're going to entertain all them options. Something I noticed, you met a lot more provider type naturally by expanding my social circles to more align and leveled up women. That's right. That's right. Get in the environment that you want to be in, where you want to meet people at. And those are the type of people you're going to meet for sure. Switch up the environment. That's why I tell y'all to go to the nice side of town, make friends with people over there, and get in those circles, and you'll definitely be introduced to more people, and more people will definitely be attracted to you when you are in those types of circles that have the money. Okay, that's true. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle. You said they actually hate marriage. Exactly. No man is thinking about marriage, girl, unless they need a green card or your credit card, or your credit. Man thinking about marriage, that's y'all. The best way to get a man to propose is to have him fall for you and then worried about losing you. That's the only way. Sure. I recently took tennis lessons and I met a man in the class who wants to coach me privately. He asked me out. He's not my type. I only want lessons. What do I do? Any tips? Okay. Is this man, does he work at the tennis club, or is he a member? Or is this just a tennis place where they're doing lessons? Like, how much money did this man got first? We need to understand what we're working with first. So, does this man have money? If not, bypass. If he has money, best thing you can do is ask him if he belongs to a tennis club or a country club, and try to get in over there. Sprinkle. If y'all just playing in try to see if he's a member somewhere. If he's a member somewhere, he got money. Tell him you don't have all the good tennis stuff, so he can take you shopping for the tennis supplies. That's how you get to go shopping and get invited to the tennis club or whatever. So ask him all these key questions. Get you some nice tennis skirts and sneakers and rackets and all this kind of stuff. Lie and say your friend's dog chewed your racket up. I don't know. I don't care. Just go get you. I need to go buy another one. You want to meet me at? Name the sporting goods store. Okay. Make it a shopping spree. Sprinkle. You said tennis instructors are notorious. Yeah, as long as he's not an instructor and he's actually a player and belongs to a club somewhere, maybe. It's like, how much do tennis instructors make? Maybe he's trying to give you some free free lessons so you can pay for some extra lessons. We don't know what the whole agenda is, but make sure he got some real money. Okay. Okay. What are some ideas for first dates in Houston? Girl, I don't know. Anywhere that costs a lot of money and something that you want to do. It just depends on how old they are, how much money they got. Like, we don't know what they can afford. You know I don't know if you're asking in general or in a price bracket. You know, whatever he can afford that you want to do, that's nice. There you go. There's so much stuff to do, endless things, and Houston is huge. Nothing free though. Don't do nothing free. Mm-hmm. He said he might have richer friends use him as a stepping stone. That's right, Zuzu. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The best thing I could tell you, depending on what type of man you're trying to meet, there are bougie places and there are trendy places. You know, there's old money, there's trendy, and there's young, there's new money. So depending on what type of man he is and what you're trying to meet and the type of environment you're trying to get into, that's where you need to go. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, okay. Thank you. You said, what about Middle Eastern men? What about them? They got money too. Get it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to deal with a man who has a baby mama. He provides, giving me money, and recently proposed. Oh, does he have real money or he have little money? Does he have to move in with you or are y'all gonna get a place? Are you moving in with him? Like, I need to know all the details. You know what I'm saying? Because this could be a Dusty in disguise. We don't know. So I need more details than that. So I'm going to answer it as if he's got real money. He's going to level up your living arrangement. And he actually has enough money to provide a future for you, a lifestyle. I'm going to answer it as if he has that going for him, right? Not that he has to move in with you or not that he's trying to find shelter by asking you to marry him. You know, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get his credit up. I don't know what he's doing. But if he can't qualify, I don't know, does he live on his own? Does he have a nice place? Does he have a house? I need more details before I can give you information. Because I don't want you to invite no Dusty into your house disguised as somebody that can, you know, pay a few bills, but can't qualify to get on a lease. So I need the info. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Oh, I need to know if he has real money or he's trying to disguise himself as a Dusty that could actually provide, but really can't because he can't qualify for many things. So I need to know. What? Rich and Dusty and everywhere. Yeah. Back when I was like very young, like 20, 21, I used to date like a couple of Arab guys, like a couple. They were very nice. They actually are very good to talk to, very intelligent. They will have a good conversation with you, deep conversations, because they're not all focused on trying to roll around on the mattress with you as you know, as most guys are because of their culture and their religion. So has actually had some very in-depth, interesting conversations when I was younger with many Arab like dudes, just two actually, not many, but just two. They were very nice. They were very respectable. Yeah. They used to give me free stuff all the time. They own a business. They were like, oh, they had money. So I feel like a lot of people don't realize that they're not trying to do the most. Like some of these dusties out here, they're nice. They have intelligent conversation. They care about what you're talking about sometimes. So, as long as they're respectable and respectful, date anybody, get their money. Uh-huh. But that was a long time ago. I'm old. I don't know if they've changed since then. Oh. Of course they were older. They weren't young. They were like, let's see, they were like in their 40s or late 30s. And I was like in my early 20s, like 20, actually. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do you struggle with keeping a provider? Because you're not enough of a challenge for them. You don't make them invest. Maybe you get too attached too quickly. Maybe they didn't like you in the first place and you didn't pick up on it. I don't know. Sometimes y'all don't understand when men don't even like you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes y'all are dealing with men that don't even like you, and you think you're losing them when they never intended to stay in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell y'all. It's not that you can't keep a provider. That provider is a temporary dude that doesn't want to keep you. You're choosing absolutely wrong. You're doing things wrong. That's why. Okay? Remember, a provider is a man that wants to provide long term. Listen to what I'm telling you. Long term. That's what provider means. They're going to provide for you to live in a life of comfort, ease, and they care about your well-being and they like you a lot more than you probably like them. That's what a provider is. They want you to feel good. They want you to relax. They want you to be in your feminine. They're not trying to rush anything. They're not trying to exchange for anything. They're not trying to say, well, what do you bring to the table? Or what are you going to do for me? Or they're not doing any of that if they're a provider. What y'all have are people that are trying to make trades and exchanges. And if they don't get to roll around on the mattress by date 3, they're going to leave. Okay. A provider is not someone that can pay the dinner tab. A provider is someone that can pay them bills and get you out of debt, put a down payment on that car, pay for your education if that's what you want. That's a provider, someone that can give you the lifestyle that you actually want, put you in a nice car, in a nice home, in a nice neighborhood. That's a provider. Okay. What y'all are dealing with out here are men pretending that they have the ability to provide, but haven't provided nothing yet. So you have to understand the difference. You don't have them. You don't have them anyway. And if you do have one, you need to already be working on the next one. Got to have a roster. You hope all your sons marry women like y'all. They will. I don't have any sons, but you know what? If women are raising providers and gentlemen, they should have no problem getting women like us because, top tier, baby. Scrape. What they don't want to scrape the bottom of the barrel for pygmishas who will enable them to stay dusty and mediocre and can never rise to the top and be in women's comments midday complaining. Okay, I don't want them like you. That's for sure. If I ever had a son, they wouldn't be in no woman's comments complaining about they be getting some money. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They wouldn't be punching the air hurt either because they're going to man up and get some testosterone, go get this money, treat women like they're supposed to be treated, and be the provider in the relationship and not the dude with his hand out trying to go 50-50 and crying all the time. That's not going to be him. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Unless they happen to be a member of the LGBTQ, they'll probably still be more manly than you. Up in here punching the air, screaming and crying around women. No. Goodbye. Okay. And remember, if you can't afford to date, don't date. That's free will. Look, if you ain't got nothing in your pockets, don't approach a woman that likes money. Period. That's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make no sense. How are you going to approach a woman that you know is a gold digger, that you know likes money, and you got none? What you doing? You going in the wrong direction. You need to be going back over there with Pygmisha. Okay? Until you get the money out. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go get the money up. Stop complaining. You can't go into Chanel. You can't go into Gucci and complain that the prices are too high. Go to Walmart. Sprinkle, sprinkle. May all your sons shop at Walmart. Wonderful. May all your sons shop at Gucci. Sounds better, right? May all your sons shop at Chanel. May all your sons take your women to shop at Chanel. Wonderful. Y'all trying to stay at Walmart. Ain't nothing wrong with Walmart, but dang. Don't you want to at least have an option to go to Gucci and Chanel and Prada? Exactly. Who wants to brag about somebody's dusty son? Nobody. So yes, may all of the women's sons in here find women who keep them on their toes and getting this money. Okay? Because if you marry a woman who don't like money and you marry a Pygmisha, you're going to be enabled and you'll never reach your fullest potential as a provider. It's true. What? You need help, men. I want me wants you to go to Las Vegas for all expense paid. I'm in Mexico, girl. He sent you $500. That's it. Well, you're gonna need about 5 times that much money before you get on the plane, ma'am. Let's see how much you need. Let's bust up the calculator. He need to send you before you get on any type of plane and be DoorDash to this man. You might not even make the flight. You might miss it by accident. Or Aunt Ethel, Aunt Ethelita, whoever. Let's see, 500. You need about $3,000 more dollars. 2,500. I'll go 3,000. He might get you down to 2,500. All right, so get the money, and then have him book the flight. Be all excited, and guess what? Aunt Ethelina is going to come down ill 2 days before the flight. Poor auntie. You got to stay with her and nurse her back to health. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Unless you really want to go to Las Vegas. I don't know if I don't sound interesting enough for me to get on a plane, but you can get some money before you even get on the plane. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Poor Aunt Ethel. Get the money and never go to the airport, baby. It's out of your hands, baby. Okay. You said how much before plan? You need to get like $3,000 in your account. Tell them to book the flight. And be like, oh my gosh, my Aunt Ethel is sick. Can we reschedule? And then never reschedule. You're welcome. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Aunt Ethel is a fake aunt, a fake family member, whatever, who always saving the day. Act like you're the dumbest chick in the world. Start to fall for the okie doke. Act like you're all excited about going to Vegas with this man you ain't never met before in your life, who only sent you about $500. Act like you all excited and you're a super pick me show, okay? And then start asking them for money. Oh, well, I need money for this. I need money for that, so I can get on the trip. I'm so excited. I told all my friends. Oh my gosh, they're so excited too. I gotta take pictures. I need some new clothes. Like, get all your money. Tell them to book the flight, and then don't go. Reschedule and never show, okay? Because that don't sound right, but you can get some of his money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, I don't care about politics and stuff, y'all. Don't ask me no political questions. All that's the distraction, girl. It's a distraction from getting your money and getting them pockets. If it's not about no money and not about, I don't care. Understand? We don't care. It's not putting no money in our pockets. It's distracting us from getting the money. So do we really, is this like a topic of discussion that equals $0? Well, wonderful. If it ain't making money, it ain't making sense. I'm not wasting my breath on it. All right. Don't care. Who cares? Now, if you pay me to talk about it, I'll say the same thing. I don't really care. Whatever they do, good for them. You said go plain, never. Look, ma'am, let me tell y'all something about men who fly women out. Your DoorDash, Uber Eats, takeout, pizza delivery. You understand what I'm telling you? You're unworthy. You're cheap. You're international or, booty calls. Stop it. Love yourself more than that. Have them come to you. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you come here and visit me? Or why don't we go somewhere, else that I choose and get me my separate hotel room after we get to know each other a while? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to stop traveling with these dudes you barely know. This is kind of like silly. Unless that's the only way you're ever going to travel and you're willing to risk everything, including your life. Like, some people are just broke and they will never travel unless somebody else pay for it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about them credit card points. Or they don't spend enough money to get no credit card points. I have no idea. But there are other ways to travel without having to put yourself in that predicament. You are dealing with a guy who admitted he has a girl. He dealing with only her for financial benefits, but with me, he gives me money. Okay, so he's got a Barbara the Builder, and he giving you her money. Gotcha. Poor Barbara the Builder. Thank you, Pisces Moon. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sounds about right. You're such a Pisces. Or you got some Pisces quality up in there because you finna get their money, girl. Barbara the Builder just working hard for you. Okay. Men don't really appreciate what women do for them. They just appreciate how other women treat them when they do for them. So that's why you got to keep them doing for you. He ghosted you after he said he was going to take care of me and give me $500 of 1K. Girl, y'all asking for chump change from people that ain't got no money. Okay, let me tell you something. When a man is only giving you $500 and telling you he's going to take care of you, that's a bald-faced lie. Because he can't even scrape up $500 or $1,000. You asked for $1,000. He gave you $500. Then he ghosted. Guess what? He's broke. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He don't like you and he broke. Next. You need to aim higher and go get some guys with more money. And when they offer you something, get it right then and there. At least you got 500. Next. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How much for a mentorship? Thank you, Aaliyah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can join my Patreon, tier 2 and up. And you have the ability to directly message me on there, and I will write you back. Like, if you got a question. If you join the highest tier, which is the VIP mail out tier, you get a card each month, personally written by me, just saying hello. And you get access to the virtual meet and greets that I have just started, where you can be on screen with me and talk to me with like a couple of other girls. So that's the closest you're getting. Join the Patreon. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The link is in the description bar. Scroll down, you'll see it. SheraSeven journaling group on Patreon. Definitely join. And it may take a day or two before I respond to you, but I definitely will respond to you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I try to keep up on my correspondences on there, so make sure that, make sure you there. Okay. Let me see if I can get you the link. The link. Okay, it's in the description bar. Scroll down where it says more and get in there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. How important do you think are gentleman traits in providers? They're important, but they're not deal breakers because a lot of men weren't raised a certain way. They didn't get certain manners and they're still learning, or some of them are new money and don't have like a lot of, they weren't raised a certain way, or they try to learn. Great, wonderful. You can actually, train them if you want to, but your goal is the money. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And people treat you how you treat yourself. So if you start acting very ladylike, their gentlemanness may come out naturally. You know, you're very feminine and ladylike. They may become very masculine and gentlemanlike around you in your presence, because men treat women how they treat themselves. So, for example, if a woman is all dainty in a pretty dress, doesn't want to get her hands dirty, a man will rush to open the door for her versus a woman in some leggings and a bonnet. You see what I'm saying? So the better you take care of yourself, the more ladylike and feminine you look, the better you handle yourself, and the more ladylike you look and act and treat yourself, that's men's gentlemanness will automatically kick in for you. So treat yourself how you need to be treated. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. People treat you how you look too. Understand it. You work at TD Garden. There's lots of rich older men, but all they do is stare and compliment me. They tell me I'm too pretty to work. Okay, that's a good thing. Too pretty to pay bills, too pretty to work. I know that's right. So when they give you those compliments, like, I really wish I didn't have to work so hard. It's so hard. They give them a little smile. And when you tell them that over and over and over, girl, they're going to start calculating in their mind. It might take a little while, but they're going to start calculating. You don't want to work. Then they're going to be like, well, how about this? You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, how about this? I'll give you, how much are your bills? They're going to start asking questions once you plant the seed in their mind that you don't want to work and you really don't like it. They're going to start to think. The wheels going to start spinning. If she don't want to work, maybe she can quit and do something else, and I could help her, and she could be my Jake. She may be my girlfriend. I never thought, like, she told me she don't want to work. Why is she telling me that? I'm old, she young. Okay. He's gonna start to put it together that you might give him a chance. So he's gonna shoot a shot, girl. All you gotta do is plant the seeds. He said he's 29. I know he has money, but don't know how much exactly. He's a plumber. He gifted me, taking me to some trips shopping. He doesn't live in rich side of town. His baby mama call him every day. Okay, ma'am. So put him under, what has he done for you? Gifts. All right. Gifts and trips and shopping. Okay, wonderful. I would wait. I would keep him on a roster. He sounds like he's a good dude to keep on a roster. Okay. If he owns his own business as a plumber, he might have a lot more money. Okay. If he's striving to own his own business, let's see how much plumbers make. Plumber salary. Salary. Anyway, they say that's like one of the worst jobs because they out all hours of the night sometimes, so they're easily able to cheat. But that's up to you. You might not care. They say $62,000 a year on average, $30 an hour. Some can make more or less unless you own your own. A master plumber is $92,000 a year. Plumbing engineer, $107 annually. Okay. So they're not making too much unless they own their own company and got employees and all that, you know what I mean? So they're sitting over there depending on, their level of skills and what they offer, and if they work for a company or own their own company. So they keep them on the roster. but don't expect them to be doing the most. You know what I'm saying? Just get what you can get out of them. All right. Aim higher. But keep them on the roster for, it's Christmas time. You get you some nice gifts, go shopping or whatever. Keep them on the roster, but that's not the one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Who says Super Mario? Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. You got 4 guys on your roster of about 1K a week. Okay, Ellie, I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Good for you, Ellie. 1K a week. How much you making, girl? 5K a month? 6, 5, 6, depending on how many coming through. Okay. That's good. Congratulations. How can I make multiple men from work to give me from work? Girl, you got to keep that stuff separate because they're going to mess up your reputation. And if something don't go right, you got to look at them every day. Girl, keep that separate. Find somebody else elsewhere. You can get them to do the work for you, but you can't get no money out of them at work unless they're taking you to lunch and you pretend you forgot your purse or something. Okay. You said 1K per man a week. Oh, dang. Okay. How? So that's even more. I wasn't doing the math right. That's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said 4 men equal bot behavior. Well, if you were a woman and you have 4 men, what that would make you? Smart. Exactly. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You friend zone 3 guys? Good for you, ma'am. Make sure they're eager to get out of that friend zone. So those do the most. When men are eager to get out the friend zone, they're the ones that will do the most for you. Okay? Trying to get up out that friend zone quick. Okay? Mm-hmm. You are asking her if each dude gives her 1K a week. I don't know. You got to ask her. How to do it safely if he travels to your country. What? What do you mean do it safely? Make him stay in a separate place, hotel, whatever. Tell him to meet you at the mall, meet you at the shopping centers, and tell him to bring his wallet. That's how. And then say, oh, are you hungry? Let's go eat. Then go eat. Get full. Take your shopping bags home and tell him, have a good night at the hotel, and maybe we can see each other for lunch tomorrow. Okay? Tell him he's a perfect gentleman. You really like him. You're going to be looking cute for him tomorrow at lunch. There you go. Send him back to his hotel room by himself. That's how you do it. Okay, wonderful. Mm-hmm. All right. She might, human chapter, you always thinking in the gutter. Women ain't trying to roll around on the mattress. I tell women, look, you got to make sure that they are investing in you long term. Only y'all trying to roll around on the mattress, okay? You have potential but feel worthless. How long? What? What do you mean? Well, you're self-defeatist. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Never talk about yourself in a negative way because you already got half the battle undone. You know what I'm saying? People that seek attention by talking about themselves in a negative way will never get ahead. Reword everything and don't talk down on yourself because nobody actually cares. The world don't care. The world ain't fair. You are the only one that's going to do what you need to do to get where you need to get, baby. Then you can get somebody's money. Okay? Ain't nobody got time to sit here and coddle you. The world is tough. Okay? If you want to be somebody, be somebody. If you don't, then don't. Period. Main character energy only. Everything is free will. Everything is choice. Either choose to be a main character or choose to sit out. Ain't nobody gonna hold your hand, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to toughen up in this world because nobody cares. You got to choose main character or victim. People treat you how you treat yourself. Understand. What if you're young and in college and find yourself someone taking you to fancy dates? Well, good for you. Fancy dates. Wonderful. How do I ask my boyfriend for a larger amount of money if he's giving me an allowance? Okay. Does he have enough money to give you more? You gotta understand that first. So if he does, great. Tell him stuff costs more. Stuff that's unavoidable, stuff that's out of your control. Tell him the price went up on stuff and that you're going to need more or, whatever. It's like, you know what? I really need a little bit more because prices have gone up. Have you seen it? Oh my gosh. Ask him for more. If he says no, then say, okay, well, I'll try to find the rest somewhere else. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't tell him where. Then he'll feel bad and give it to you, especially when you're not responding anymore to him like you normally do. How do I move from going on dates with him to making him mine? Girl, he got to make you his. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all be trying to chase. You still trying to chase, even though the name of this video is Stop Chasing. You can't make him yours. He got to make you his. By attracting him, by having options, by being way better looking, by being the prize in the relationship. We don't want them. They want us. Remember that. They got to like you times 10 and they got to be the one chasing and they got to figure out how to get you to commit to them because you got too many options and tomorrow you can get up and go do better if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So be that person. We don't chase, we attract. Okay. You want to attract a relationship? Be the prize. That means you don't even want it. That means you're just going to naturally attract it to you. Okay? That means you're not seeking it. It's seeking you. Thank you, South Baby Claire, Sprinkle, for being a new member. And Shira, we trust and no to the dust. Okay, Goddess 13. Thank you, girl. No to the dust. I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So yes, we're attracting. We're not trying to make no man ours. We're not drawing little hearts and names and all this. We're not doing that. They're sitting over there trying to figure out how they're going to make us theirs. Okay. They're trying to figure out how they can impress us enough to focus on them. They're trying to figure out how to impress us enough for us to even like them. Half of how much they like us. Okay. When y'all chase men, it's because they don't like y'all. When y'all want more from a man than they want from you, especially long term, it's because they don't like you. And some of y'all don't understand that these men don't like you. They're just using you as a placeholder to pass time, waiting on the woman they actually want. If they want you, they will come get you and they will invest heavily into you. You don't have to try to get them. They'll want you and they'll try to make you theirs fast, or not too fast, but a normal amount of time to show that they're genuinely interested in you. Okay. They'll be trying to impress you. They'll be investing in you. They'll be spending money on you and they'll want to seek out the relationship with you. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's not going to be the other way around. Now, if you're in a relationship with a man and he hasn't tried to make you commit or ask you to commit, it's an open relationship. It's not even a real relationship and you are still single. If you try to keep putting labels on stuff and they don't try to put a label on it first, you're a pick-me-ship. You should never put a label on a relationship first. They're the ones that need to put the label on it. Okay? Understand what I'm telling you. Never put a label on a relationship, never push for a label, and never seek to chase no man. That's their job, to make you want to be with them, period. They have to do enough, invest enough, like you a lot more, and want to impress you in order for you to even consider taking yourself off the market and actually claiming them and letting them claim you. All right. Understand who the prize is in the relationship, and you'll never chase again. It'll be automatic that you would never chase. You will know your value, and you will not move in any other direction than allowing them to chase and only for you to attract. That's it. If you're running after some man, if you're okay, prepare to keep doing that for the rest of your life instead of living in your feminine. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Ask Pick Misha. She's been chasing since the beginning of time. Okay? They got to like you to invest in you. They got to like you a lot more. You got to be the type of woman that they want. You got to be out of their league. You got to look way better than them. You got to be out of their league. They got to like you a lot more than you like them. That's how. That's it. If you like them more than they like you, it's game over. You're the Pick Misha in the relationship. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What? You said exactly. Your man is obsessed with you. Okay, Miss Shay. I know that's right. That's a good feeling. If y'all have never had a man obsessed with you in a healthy way or that likes you times 10, you're missing out on life. If you have always been the chaser, the Pick Misha, the first texter, you're missing out on. Y'all always ask me, you don't believe in true love? Or what about love? Y'all don't even know what it feels like. But y'all sitting here talking about y'all are in it. You're in it by yourself. If you ain't ever had a man to 100% pay for everything, that likes you 10 times more, that is heavily investing in you and doing the most for you, you ain't never felt no love ever by no man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, some of y'all are confused. Imagine how powerful you would feel as a woman if you could attract a man to you, give you his money, try hard to impress you each and every day, pay all your bills, pay off everything, get you out of debt, give you money to go buy some extra stuff and shop or whatever, profess his dying love to you, ask you to be his woman, fiance, then maybe wife. Do y'all know how that feels? Do y'all want to know? Then y'all have to choose better. Y'all can't choose the guys you like 10 times more. You got to choose the guys, or they got to choose you, and they got to like you 10 times more. They got to put you on the pedestal so you can understand and feel how powerful you are. Okay? Some of y'all will never understand that or feel that power or have that amount of confidence within yourself because you're choosing the wrong type of men to attract. All right, imagine that feeling. Some of y'all know the feeling, some of y'all don't know the feeling. But that feeling is wonderful. And I hope that y'all get to feel it. So I'm here. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It can. Man, it's a very powerful feeling. What can we talk? What can we talk about to female in social setting if he intervenes? What? You mean woman? Okay, you're not trying to get his attention. He's going to be naturally attracted to you, and he's going to intervene no matter who you're talking to, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to look that good. And he's not, you don't need to be talking about nothing. If you're going to be talking about anything, you need to be playing dumb and asking questions that you know you think he knows the answer to, so he'll butt in and mansplain. You're 28 years old and haven't really dated much in the 4 years. Where to start? I'm starting on my selfish journey. Okay, start by looking good and going to the rich side of town and just people watching. You know, learning how to dress, learning how to walk, talk, and act. Be a little bit more social, hang out during the daytime, and go from there. Okay. There you go. Thank you, Inez. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Nay. Okay. So yeah, just start by hanging out, people watching, gathering information, putting it into play. Don't go out with your friends, go out alone. That's right. That's right. More people will approach you if you're not in a crowd or not with a bunch of people. Uh-huh. What if you're the one that messed up? Should you chase? You're the woman, you never chase. If you mess up, you know what? He still need to chase because he likes you 10 times more and he's going to forgive you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's why I say 10 and not 1, not 2, but 10. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You mess up, he likes you times 10, he's still going to chase you. Even if you messed up, I'll forgive you. All right? That's why it's important to have him like you times 10. Okay. You know how Pick Me should forgive her Dusty every time he cheats? Same thing. Except he got money. This one. You think after a Dusty cheats, he tried to figure out how to make it right? No, Pick Me should still chase him. Understand it. They gotta like you times 10. You said he can't mess up if he likes you times 10. Exactly, ma'am. Keep that in mind. You're all dealing with men that don't like you enough. Mm-hmm. Where should we go and walk outside alone every day? Okay, think about this. If you were an old rich man or just a rich man that didn't have to clock in and sit at nobody's desk, where would you be? Let's just think for a second. Let's put down the phone and let our brain do some thinking. If you were a rich man that had a whole bunch of money and it was the daytime and the morning time, where would you be? Where would you go? What do old rich men like to do? Where are they going to be at? What they going to be doing? They get up early in the morning. Rich old people get up early. What they doing? Where they going? What are some habits that rich people do early in the morning? Where they going, baby? They like to exercise. They maybe eat some breakfast. Yeah. So they could be at the gym. They could be at the pickleball club. They could be at the country club. They could be at the grocery store. Where else? They could be at the sporting goods store buying a golf club, practicing on a simulated golf screen. Where else would they be? You know? That's where they at, baby. Go over there. Look cute. There you go. Not cigar lounge. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Stay out of cigar lounges. Wonderful. Only desperate pick-me-shoes go into cigar lounges. Unless, yeah. Don't go into cigar. You're too classy for that, darling. At least you should be. You said tons of men at the Home Depot. I know that's right. How to activate siren energy and make them obsessed. Okay, by being obsessed over yourself and looking good because men are attracted by their eyes and the mystery. So don't overblab your business. Stay a mystery and look good. That's literally it. Men are intrigued by mystery and a woman who doesn't chase, and that looks good. Okay, if you ain't got nothing, have them 3 things. They will be chasing for a long time, baby. What's a nice way to say I'm still single till marriage? You don't need to say it at all, baby. It's already known by everybody in the world. You don't have to say it. I know. You don't have to say it. You could just say, well, I'm not married. Say you're not married. That's the same thing as saying I'm single till married. It's like, oh, well, I'm not married. Okay, tell them. Say if somebody says, are you with somebody?" Da, da, da. Say, "No, I'm not married." Say that. You don't have to say, "No, I have a boyfriend or a Dusty or some 50-50 dude at home." You ain't got to say none of that. You just say, "No, you ain't married." That means you still open for marriage. They always tell people, "Don't let your boyfriend or your baby daddy or your fiance stand in the way of your husband." Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all you got to say. Those 3 words. I'm not married. That's it. That's nice and is honest. Men use that word all the time. They could have a fiance. The wedding venue could be booked. But if a woman say, "Oh, are you single?" Or "Are you married?" They'll say nope. And yeah, I'm single. Nope. They will lie. They could have their tuxedo could be hanging in their closet. They could be ready to take vows in 2 days, and they will tell a woman straight up they single and not married for real, and even after. So don't worry about it. Do you? When y'all force these men to marry y'all, or when y'all give them these really bad ultimatums, or when y'all trap them into marriage or whatever, sometimes they're very resentful of that, especially if you put a lot of pressure on them. Sometimes they're very resentful of that, and they're going to act accordingly in the marriage. Understand what I'm telling y'all, youngsters? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. They're supposed to be the ones asking you, not you trying to force them or whatever. They're supposed to be trying to get with you to take you off the market. Otherwise, they don't like you too much. And then they're going to resent you for trying to force them into something they're not ready for. That's why you need to have a roster, and you never force any man to do anything as far as like marriage is concerned. And, using reverse psychology makes them want you more. You know what I'm saying? You said DMX told his wife he never wanted to be married. See? And they're gonna act like they never wanted to be married too. So make sure you doing what you need to be doing. Making them chase. Keeping your options open. Don't let your fiance, your boyfriend, or your baby daddy, or your situationship stand in the way of your real husband that actually wants to marry you. Okay. Okay. What? Most men don't want to be married. Exactly. That's why I don't understand why y'all keep asking me, how can I get him to marry me? Girl, just get his money. Men follow their investments, so spend as much as you can. You're closer to marriage if you're spending his money. That's it. That's the truth. That's right. That's right. He said there are these women that are proposing to men, making them feel special. Well, good for them pygmies. Wonderful. Okay. He said, if culture is different, what you say on that? I say, if the culture is patriarchal and not for your advantage, if the culture is not beneficial to you as a woman and lining your pockets with lots of money, then I'm not even going to be worried about that. I'm going to create my own culture. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So how do you feel about how does the culture feel about you creating your own morals and standards for yourself? I don't know. That's up to you. You don't have to talk too much or too smart. Just compliment and laugh. Haha, that's right. Well, that's why I started dressing like a traditional wife, so they think I'm stupid. Y'all are silly. Will help. Whatever helps you get the bag down. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're not chasing men no more. We're not chasing them for marriage. We're not chasing them no more because that's pygmisha stuff. Okay? They need to be chasing y'all. Y'all need to be so fierce that they chasing y'all now. Flip the script. Okay? As supposed to be. And this is how you do it. You attract men that you know that you're way out of their league. They got some money and they're willing to invest. That's what you need to be attracting. You're not supposed to be trying to attract somebody you actually find super attractive and want to roll around on the mattress with that you like 10 times more. That's no power, zero power. You understand? Your power lies in their attractive and how much they're attracted to you, how much they're willing to do for you, how much they're willing to invest in you, how much they're willing to impress you. That's where your power lies. And y'all are giving y'all's power away by chasing these men, texting them first, begging them in the DMs, begging them to unfollow women, crying, trying to figure out how to get over them, getting blocked because you're doing too much, you're super emotional, drunk texting. Y'all are looking like the biggest pick-me-shas in the world, you know? They're supposed to be chasing y'all and trying to impress you and trying to make sure you feel good enough to be with them, so they got to meet them standards, you know? Y'all be doing everything backwards. So if you're not attracting a man that likes you times 10, is willing to do the most for you, you're wasting your time and giving away your power as a woman. Let me repeat that. If you're not attracting a man that likes you 10 times more, willing to do the most for you and invest heavily into you, who doesn't want to rush you into the mattress, and he actually likes you and want more from you than just a roll around the mattress, that's good. But if you have someone that you like 10 times more, all up in their DMs, all worried about them, worried about this, peeking over their shoulder, trying to spy on them online, you're not the prize, man. You're the pygmisha. Okay? So it may take you a while to figure out that that's not a good relationship. You're not the prize in it, and you're not valued in it at all. It might take you a while. You might be blinded by their attractiveness, but you're going to be blind to the fact that they don't even like you and they're just tolerating you and you're a placeholder. You're going to be very blind to that until it's too late, until you blocked, until they got another one, until you look stupid. Okay? So remember what I'm telling you. If you're not out of their league and they don't like you times 10, you're going to lose all your power and waste all your time with that person. Sometimes it's a good experience so you can learn. Sometimes it's a fun experience so you can learn. But if you don't learn and you keep repeating it over and over and over again, that's the problem. Okay? So you gotta make sure that you're the prize and that they are attracted and you are not chasing. Okay? Girls that are young are going to make the mistake. They're going to get all, fall in love, be chasing dusties around or whoever. They're going to get, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. But until then, they're going to lose their power. All right? They're going to lose. This is why a lot of women lose their confidence, because that's where your power is. You think a man that you like 10 times more keeps rejecting you, doesn't wear off your confidence if you don't know any better and you're giving away your power every second that you can get? That's what happens. Say it louder for the people in the back. Okay, free agent girl, sprinkle, sprinkle. The more you chase a man, the more power you give him. And when you're done running and chasing and you're depleted of energy, power, and self-esteem and confidence, and you just stop and you're like, what did I do wrong? Why did he block me? How come he ghosted me, girl? Because he don't like you. And you were the fool in the relationship. And you gave away all your power and he took it and left. Now, you got to go get it back. You got to listen to SheraSeven. You got to remember who you are. You got to get back up on that pedestal. You got to have your high standards. You got to keep them high standards. Okay? And you got to find a man that actually likes you times 10 and get all your power back and some money. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Good. Some of y'all don't realize those men don't like you. They're just using you, making you, look like a fool. And they literally be laughing at y'all behind y'all's back. To their friends, to whoever. And y'all sitting there thinking that you're in love. You in love by yourself looking like a fool. A lot of those men do not like you. They're just like, okay, well, I'll deal with it for a second, then I'm out. So keep that in mind, baby. But when you learn, you don't have to repeat it. Unless you're done. Something wrong with you. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what? Okay, so in calling guys simps, it's the same thing as calling them straight nowadays. Okay, because most men that can't afford to impress a woman, most men who don't like women are the only men that use the word simp. Okay, you can't afford marriage, you can't afford a woman, you don't like women. Just say that. Okay, men that actually like women, that want to see a woman smile, that want to impress women, they have enough money to do it. All right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-mm. You said a simp is a straight man that's actually attracted to women and like them. Yes. Simply straight. There you go. All them broke dusties that are mad and punching the air to be calling men simps and women this and women that. They need to just get together and punch the air together and cry together and figure out where they went wrong. Because that's all they're gonna do. All right. They need to go find them as a grown, able-bodied man. They need to go find them a male mentor. Sprinkle, sprinkle, because they're not thinking correctly. And they all need to make doctor's appointments to go get their testosterone injections at the same time. They all need to go together. Okay. I'm serious because like there are studies that say that men's testosterone levels have decreased so much since the 70s. But they really do need it. And I'm not joking. Thank you, Jazz. You just didn't understand where you went wrong. You never flaunted my money yet. It's like he was using me, always asking what did girl, you let him ask. You didn't stop him the first time. That's what, Jazz. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You never supposed to say yes. You never supposed to say yes. Period. You're supposed to say, oh, I can't do that. Aunt Ethel. Oh, I'm so sorry. That money is tied up, or that's family money. I don't have access to it. You need to always lie. You never tell a man you got money. You always tell him you're a part-time receptionist or that Aunt Ethel needs your help. You never act like you got something that they want, You just attracted a Dusty and you don't realize maybe you were leading with your money and that's why. Okay. You could have all the money in the world, but they don't need to know that. When you open your purse, there just needs to be a lip gloss and a mirror and a little perfume. You don't need to take their credit card when you're out with no grown able-bodied man, I mean, you can have it, but you don't need to show it to him. As far as he's concerned, you don't have it, and you never will, as long as you're in his presence. You don't need it if you're in the presence of a grown able-bodied man. Understand? Now, he was using you for your money because you let him. He saw your car, okay? Well, you should have lied and said it wasn't yours. Oh, that's not my car. That's my sister's car. She's letting me borrow it. I'm saving up for a car. You see? You see the lie that you got to tell these dudes? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, that's my sister's car. I'm saving up for mine. You know, I'm starting out like my savings account. Every week I put put a little bit in there, just saving up. He would have gave you money instead of he trying to get money from you. Meantime, that car is yours, and you probably got another one at home. I gotta learn how to lie correctly. Okay, start lying. Everything you have is not yours, or it's fake, or you're always saving up. Okay, if you have a real Hermes, if you have real Van Cleef, if you got real diamonds, they're all fake. He's got to buy you the real one. That means he's just got to buy you another one. You understand? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Always lie. They don't know the difference anyway. Okay? Lie. You get a lot further. Yep. Yes, you got to lie, baby. Because they will try to get you. So you got to get them first. He said, it's not lying, it's telling a story. It sure is. A good story that's going to get you paid. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Why, when you give them money, they don't like you? Because you're looking out for them. I'm just curious, because they're the man. You've just emasculated them. You're not looking out for them. They mama look out for them. You ain't they mama, are you? You want them to see you as their mother? That's why they don't like you. They're the man. They're supposed to be taking care of you. Any man that comes up to you and asks you for something, they don't like you. Because they know you'll never respect them again. You'll never look at them again. You'll never see them as masculine. You'll always see them as needy. So they will never be masculine or the type of man that you respect ever again. So they will ask the woman that they don't like, who they don't care to get respect from, for stuff. And then the woman that they do like, they would never ask. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How and when do I let him know I want to be taken care of and I don't want to work anymore? We work in the same building, but different departments. Okay. So if y'all are living together, he's your man, or whatever. You say, oh, I can't wait to quit my job. I'm so glad that, we're in this relationship. I can't wait to just relax and live in my feminine. You say that and wait to see if he corrects you. If he says, oh no, you can't do that, say, but then why do I need to, be married, or why do we need to live together? If I can't do that. So I start asking questions, then he'll correct you. And if he says, oh, that's fine, it's like, oh yeah, but first I want to build up my savings. So, unless you want to just give me some money and make sure you're on automatic deposit too for spending money. If you do stay home, maybe you can start a little business, at your own leisure, at your own pace, whatever. Sprinkle, sprinkle, or just save until you figured out what you want to do later. He said, these men are manipulative, and women too. I prefer to tell them the truth and set them straight about what they need to do for me. Lying is too much work. You got to remember those. Well, yeah, if you look 10 times better than them, you can just tell them straight up the truth. Look, you old, pay. You old, I'm not working. You old, here go my bills. Okay, it's simple when they like you times 10. You can tell them anything. But some of y'all are out here with men that don't like you at all, or likes you only times 5. Okay? So, yeah, if you get the right target, you can be straight up and tell them what you want. You don't have the right target, you're going to have to play the game. When we first met, he was taking you out, etc. I don't know what happened. He lied about his income. He told me he was his own place, etc. And then things changed. That's because you didn't do the background check, baby. When they tell you stuff, you're supposed to double check it. Okay? When they tell you something, you're supposed to check it out. Why? And as soon as they ask you for money, shut down. It's over. It's done. As soon as they ask you for something, it's a no. It's a goodbye. It's I'm not affiliated with this anymore. Goodbye. You understand? It's done. Shut it down. Learn to have boundaries and learn to stop getting manipulated by men who don't like you. Shut it down. Okay? As soon as you find out they broke, shut it down. Done. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can't be trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. You can't be like, oh, well, I caught feelings. Okay, catch feelings for somebody else that got some money. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You caught feelings for him. You can catch feelings for a man with some money. Some real money. Okay? He ain't the only one you can catch feelings for. Remember that. But I love him. But he broke. You live brokenness. Good for you. Now go find out how to love somebody with some money. There you go. Is it a waste of time to date 30-year-old men? Only if they can afford to feed you. I mean, just put them under free food. If they can't do anything else, free food dating. I don't know. Like, men in their 30s, I don't know how, unless they got like a really good career or come from old money, they don't really have too much to give you. So that's up to you. That's up to you to figure out. How much money did they have? Is it worth it? Are they just going to be free food on the roster and a nice gift every a couple of holidays or what? Like, where are you putting them on the roster? What are they saved up as under your contacts? Only save men under your contacts by what they can do for you. That way you don't get confused when they call. All right? That way you don't get super excited. Your heart doesn't skip a beat when free food calls. Okay? Unless you're hungry. Look, oh my gosh, free food is calling versus, oh my gosh, Ralph is calling. Ralph could be future husband when all he's ever done is take you to eat. Okay? You got to keep this in perspective. Oh my gosh, free food. You're not going to get too excited to answer free food if you just ate, right? But if rent paying Randy calls, you're going to get excited. Ooh, rent pay. You know? Okay. So there's levels to excitement. There's levels of how much men like you and levels to how much they're investing in you. One man is only investing in free food and free company. That you can't really get too excited. You know? It doesn't go together. You're like, oh, free food for Eddie calling. I ain't hungry today. I already ate. Okay, maybe tomorrow I'll answer his call. You know? Rent paying Randy calling. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Rent paying Randy, how you doing? Yeah, I was just thinking about you too. I was hoping you would call. Really? Yes. Okay. Period. You answer for rent paying Randy. Because he be paying rent. Thank you, Jazz. He asked what I did for work, and I told him I work for myself. I just found you, so I don't know. Okay. You didn't know. You didn't think men were out here using women for money. Girl, they are. They're using women for everything. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So that's why you have to protect yourself, lie, and don't talk too much. Okay. So from now on, when you go on dates, you tell them you're a part-time receptionist or you're a customer service rep. Okay. That way they're not going to ask you for nothing. You drive a nice car, that's your sister's car. Okay. And you saving up for yours. If they ask you what you do for a living, make sure it's good and boring so I don't keep asking questions. That way, at least when you get to date 4 and 5, they're still trying to impress you. by doing the most. Okay. Because if they can impress you by saying, oh, hey, let me take you to a nice restaurant since, oh, well, hey, let me help you put something towards your savings. Or, hey, let me take you here. Let me take you. They're not going to feel intimidated and like you have more than them and that you like them more than them since you have more than them. And why you're on a date with a man that makes less money than you. That means you're desperate. You see? So, why are you on a date with a man you earn more than? He thinks he's the prize, baby. You see? So you can't do it. You got to lie. You got to make him think he got more money than you so he can spend his money on you. You look good. They approach me, but don't ask for info. Okay. Maybe you're not impressive enough in the conversation, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Stay mysterious. Don't blab too much. They probably know all they need to know about you and don't need to talk to you no more after that, girl. Learn how to talk. Learn how to keep the conversation going and letting them talk about themselves. Men love to talk about themselves. You got to give them fake compliments, boost that ego. I really like talking to you. Oh my gosh. Then that's their cue to ask you for your number. Okay. Okay. So yeah, for the lady that is worrying about these men using her, they're all going to try to use you. The game is to not let them use you and to get more out of them there and make them invest in you heavily. So let's say by the time you get to date 4 or 5, now they want to do something grand. They want to take you somewhere. They want to spend some money on you. A holiday is coming up. They're going to buy you a nice gift. They're not going to be expecting nothing expensive from you. They're not going to be expecting you to pay for everything or every other date because you make more money than them. They're not going to feel emasculated in your presence, but say, hey, I might as well use this chick since I'm here and save money for the next chick I'm going to take out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you lie, downplay your career, downplay your salary, downplay your car. That's it. Because they will try to use you and date another chick tomorrow and feel like a man and pay for them. Sometimes men will date you just because they resent you as a successful woman and they'll use your money to save theirs. So they can pay for the next chick and feel like more of a man. Y'all got to understand this. He might feel like, emasculated on this date, and then he's going out with the next chick feeling masculine because he saved money at Geico, Well, I didn't pay this time. I saved my money so I could take the next chick out to a nicer restaurant. This chick desperate. She trying to date me. No, I ain't. She got way more money than I do. I'm going to let her pay. That's how their mind starts to get. They feel emasculated, and so they resent you, and they take it out on you by making you be Barbara the Builder, pay for them so they can save up and pay for the next chick so they can get the feeling and the power back that they're giving up by being with someone who is more successful. So you can't tell them. You got to lie. You got to get their money and you got to lie. That's just how they are. Once you understand how they think, you're never going to feel guilty again. You're like, well, if I don't do it, they're going to do it to me. So I might as well get it first. Okay. That's just masculine nature. You're 34. He was 27, girl. You guess you was lonely. It's your fault for being open-minded. Girl, you was dumb-minded. Being a business owner can be lonely. And girl, go get you an old man that has money and more money than you. There you go. There's your solution. Go get you an older man that can actually invest in you, give you money, take you shopping, impress you, drives a nicer car than you. That's what you need, baby. Ain't no 20-something-year-old gonna do nothing for you but take your money, take your power, and leave you looking crazy. You go get you a 50-something-year-old man, get all his money, invest in yourself, have him take you out to galas, fundraisers, wearing a tuxedo, put you a little evening gown on. Okay, go meet you some men with some gray hairs. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. What you doing? Too old to be doing this. You're supposed to be in evening gowns at galas, sipping champagne, darling. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be messing around in the dust. Too old. Go get you some real money. Okay. Level up. Come on. Go. You need to be trying to get in the wheel. Going to fundraising events, galas, dealing with men who own tuxedos and suits and dress shoes instead of jogging pants and basketball shorts. Come on. What we doing? It's 2025, about to be 2026. We are grown women. You need to get you a man, not a little boy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're not attracted to older men. Okay, but they're attracted to you. So what's the title say? Stop chasing the men and attract them instead. Okay, so let's put 1 and 2 together. Old men are attracted to you. They got some money for you, right? You are attracted to young men. They got no money for you. In fact, they asking you for money. So what we gonna do? Smart people would say, well, let me go with the man and like me times 10 so I can get this money, live this lifestyle. Because them youngsters out there, they ain't about nothing. Isn't that correct? They're gonna play in your face, use you for your money, and go back to their baby mama. What? Leave you looking dumb. Okay, wonderful. Dating men your same age is like dating a child still, because they don't know what they're doing either. They can't impress you. So go get you somebody with some elegance, some class, and some money that can level you up. Stop messing around with these youngsters that can't do nothing for you but leave you looking stupid. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Even though an old man is old, he'll still chase you more than a young man. How do I email an attorney I worked with? He wrote me a letter of recommendation a year ago. I haven't spoken since. I want to meet up for lunch. He offered it when I still worked there. What do I say? Okay, go ride the elevators in his building. So act like you're there for something else. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because you have to accidentally bump into him. You can't be like, hi, it's been a year and I've been thinking about you for the entire year, like a pick me. You're supposed to go ride them elevators in his office and bump into him. Okay? You know where his office is. Have a fake excuse to why you over there. Go ride them elevators and bump into him. It's going to be like it was meant to be here. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or wherever his office is. Go bump into him by accident. Because think about this. You might be chasing him because that's what you're doing. You're chasing. Point blank, period. But there's a classier way to make it look less pick-me-ish. Okay. Basically, if you text this man, you're like, I've been thinking about you for a whole entire year because I'm a pick-me-ish. So you can't do that. Mm-hmm. What? Be strategic. That's right. You went on a date with a provider and he said, I think the world revolves around me. He don't like it. Okay, it's like, you know what? You're right. I need someone to teach me. If I had everything I wanted, I could be more, considerate and thoughtful towards others. I'm just in a position where, I have goals and I feel like if they're not met, then, I'm wasting time. But if my goals are met and I have everything I want, then I can literally concentrate on other people and, be less selfish. I think more people are selfish because people aren't about those people. And when you're in your, when you're young and you don't have everything you need and want, you kind of worry about it. But if everything is taken care of, you can literally start to consider other people's feelings and thoughts without having to think that, you have to rush into like, accomplishing things in life. That's what young people worry about, right? So if all that financial issues are out of the way, maybe I can be less selfish. Blah. Then he'll be like, you're right. I could be less selfish if I had everything I need and want. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. So he has no shame. I never chased him though. No text or calls. I knew how to be myself, but and do me. I gave him $1 money. Okay, you gave him money one time, but said no when he asked again. Okay, so ma'am, you were his sugar mama. Let me tell you something, man. You were his sugar mama. You older than him. You had more money than him. He was young. You were yourself with him. You liked him more. You divulged a lot of stuff to him. He's 27, you 30 something. You own your own bit. That's sugar mama. You was his sugar mama, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what we trying to do over here in reverse. So, ma'am, you were his sugar mama. You gave him money one time and he kept asking. That means he thinks you his sugar mama. You older, you own your business, you drive a nice car, sugar mama. Not equal, sugar mama. So you were his sugar mama. Understand it, accept it, be upset about it, and let it go. Never repeat it. Go get you an older man, like I keep telling y'all, and get you some money. Save your money, spend his money. Stack your money, spend his money. Take his money, invest it into your business, make more money. This is the formula. Okay? Lie, downplay what you earn so they can spend more. After a while, they fall in love with you. They put a ring on it. Oh, my business is doing well. Thank you. Thank you for investing in me. Darling, who makes more money than I am and is much older. Make sure I get in that will. Thank you. That's it. That's all you need to do. Y'all over here being people's sugar mamas and wondering where you went wrong. That's where you went wrong. You're dating too young. You're telling them all your business. And they're going to get mad at you if you ain't going to give them no money and you're supposed to be their sugar mama. They probably watch this channel. Probably some dude watching the channel right now taking notes. That sounds like that woman I asked for the money. Men watch this channel too. They be taking notes, trying to find them a sugar mama. What's the strategic move with the man who gives conditionally and stops providing when I stop giving? Okay. You're a transactional person. They are breadcrumbing you. This is why you need a roster. So when they realize you're not going to chase them for no breadcrumbs and that you got several giving you money left and right, you don't need them. They don't know that you're getting money from several guys, but you're not calling them, you're not texting them, you're not asking them for nothing because you're getting it elsewhere. When they come back around and say, hey, why aren't you chasing me? Why aren't you texting me? Why aren't you doing this? Like, oh, well, I needed you and you didn't come through. And, I figured you don't have it anymore. Then they're going to try to, fix it by giving you what you need without asking you anything in return. They're going to start investing in you once they realize you don't need them. Okay. So you got to have a roster, rotate them, put them last on the roster. Less communication until you're getting what you want. Don't let no man breadcrumb. You always have options. And when he comes back around, charge him the re-entry fee to even talk to you, and then get the original amount or double the original amount that he was supposed to be giving you without an exchange at all. The exchange is your company, your presence, your attention towards them to even talk to them. That's the new exchange. You see, you got to flip the script and take your power back. The new exchange is now communication. You see, when you don't respond to the initial exchange, you put them on the end of the roster, make them wait their turn. When they come back around, re-entry fee in order to even speak to them. That's the exchange that y'all need to be making. Y'all are letting these men breadcrumb you and make you look dumb. If they go find another one, great, wonderful. There's too many other people out there that are willing to do what you need them to do and invest in you that can like you times 10, that you can attract. Okay. Said buy him something from Temu for $5. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all funny. Okay. Yeah. Never give a man money. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. All you're doing is handicapping them and making them think you they sugar mama. Okay? Never loan a man money. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Never pay on a date. There you go. Some of y'all need to be told because I don't know what y'all doing out there. What? You got $500 re-entry fee and flowers. Okay, Angelique, I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all gonna be y'all's grandkids, and y'all gonna be in the future telling how y'all got y'all's fortune. Oh, years ago, I used to watch this young lady named SheraSeven, and it all started out with a re-entry fee. How we made our first billions. I was down and out, feeling pygmy-ish, but then I remembered the words of the wise woman, SheraSeven, and she said, when they circle back around, make them pay that re-entry fee. Well, yes, I did. I got the re-entry fee from Hubert, about $500, and I took that $500 and started my first business. And that is the empire that has grown today, is what you see around you. That's going to be the origin story of somebody's billionaire company, that re-entry fee that I'm telling you all about right now. So make sure y'all are getting it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. No breadcrumbing, darling. That's how you help me for real. Okay, Sinclair, I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Reentry Incorporated. I know that's right, Davina. I know that's right. Y'all's logo is going to be a door. With a money symbol on it. Reentry fee. Okay, literally how you started consulting. I know that's right. Get your money and double it and triple it and quadruple it and keep it moving to the next generation. Okay, no need to keep cycling poverty. The one guy I told you about said he never leaving the Barbara the Builder alone because she provides for him. Should I be intimidated? Girl, why would you be intimidated by a woman that's paying your way? Girl. You should never be intimidated by another woman because you have the option to have other guys that have money on their own without Barbara the Builder. He should be intimidated by what you can do, how you can replace him in a second with a man with real money. You understand? All you're there for is his money. That's it. You're not there for him. You don't want him. He can't do nothing. Barbara's doing it all. Okay? Okay? He's punishing Barbara by dating you. Understand what I'm telling you? He don't like Barbara. He resents Barbara. Barbara emasculates him. He needs to feel like a man. So he's taking Barbara money and spending it on you, ma'am. Understand? You need to find a real man that has his own money. But in the meantime, get his, save it, level yourself up, and then go find somebody who's already masculine on his own and doesn't need Barbara the Builder to help him fund his lifestyle. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mind your business, get your bag. That's right, ma'am. Build yourself, get your business up. Barbara doing what she do to keep her man. She don't care. All right? You'll be like, hey, Barbara, this is Shera. Thanks for everything. Goodbye. Okay. You said best years, Brenda. No. Should I send link invite? I'm having lunch with someone who works at the firm on Friday, hoping to see him. Okay, ma'am. Get your pick-me-show on, girl. We don't care. We keep trying to tell y'all to stop chasing. People can chase through LinkedIn. Come on. What y'all doing? Attract, don't chase. Attract, don't chase, baby. If y'all trying to find creative ways to be pick-me-show, that's fine with me. I don't care. Don't say I told you to do it. All right, y'all. I gotta go. It's been real. Make sure y'all are attracted and not chasing. Getting this money, dealing with guys that like you times 10, looking good. Don't be no Barbara the Builder out here, okay? I'll see y'all later.